to formally welcome you all to this orientation session for the application development projects at diploma level of this IT and PS program. So today we'll be discussing about two projects, majorly AppDev 1 and 2 projects. So today we are gonna take you through the entire procedure that one will go through in this entire project cycle. And we'll also probably talk about some guidelines or any new things that we have introduced for this term that were not there in the previous terms that had the projects. So we have prepared a small PPT in order to walk through in this session. So I would quickly like to present that PPT here. So let me start sharing my screen. So I hope my screen is now visible to everyone.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, yes. Great. A slideshow. All right. So as you all know, this is the orientation for the Modern Application Development 1 and 2 projects at the Diploma in Programming level of this IIT and PS program. So let me first introduce you to the faculties. So there are two faculties for this course. The first faculty is Dr. Nitin Chandrashekar, who is a professor at the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Madras. So he has completed his BTech from IIT Madras itself, and he has received his PhD from University of Maryland. And he is associated with the institute since 2004. The second faculty is Mr. Tejesh Chia. So he is a co-founder and chairman of DataMeet Trust. He has also worked with the NPTEL team, and he is also the engineer behind the SEED portal, or basically the student workflow portal that you access for this IIT MPS program. Apart from that, he is a contributor to various open source projects. So these two are the faculties for these two project courses. Apart from that, we also have a set of instructors for each of these project courses. For Modern Application Development 1, we have two instructors. One is Adarsh, who has done his MTech from IIT Madras. He'll be leading this Modern Application Development 1 project team, and he'll be assisted by Shivan, who is a BTech from Government Amravati College. Apart from that, there are also a couple of instructors for Modern Application Development 2 project courses. So Narendra Mishra is going to be the lead, and he'll be assisted by Abhishek. All right. So now we are gonna talk about that how the normal workflow, the submission workflow, is gonna look like if you are planning to submit the project in this term. Let me see if there are any slides here. Okay. All right. Yeah, probably we'll just go through this entire workflow, and we'll just try to make you understand how this entire cycle looks like, and after that we'll be happy to take any questions that you may have. Okay, so what we have done is we have divided this entire workflow cycle into 3 levels. So one is prelims level, one is level 1, the other one is level 2. So what happens is, for the first time, you as a student submit a project. So you only get one chance on the submission portal to make a submission. So you have to make sure that you first validate your entire submission file that you are submitting on the submission portal via a validation Google form that you provide. So with that Google form, what happens is you just upload the submission file to that Google form, and within a couple of minutes, it sends you an automated email with the response, or with basically the results of the validation that will be performed on the submission file that you submitted in the Google form. So it will let you know whether the file that you are trying to submit is valid or it is not valid. If it is not valid, it will also list out the reasons why it has been considered as not valid. So you can work on those things, and you can again use that Google form in order to validate your submission file. So you have to make sure that before you make your final submission on the submission portal, you get the correct results from the validation Google form, because validation Google form can be used as many times as you want, but there is only one chance that you are going to get for submitting your submission on the submission portal. So make sure you make use of the validation Google form as many times as you want, but please submit the correct file on the submission portal, as you may not be getting more chances afterwards. Of course, you will get another chance, but why waste chance in such a hurry or something? So what happens is, when you submit the project for the first time, we expect that you are submitting a valid submission, or you are validating it via the Google form, but still we are gonna, run the same script, or we are gonna do the same validation at our end as well once we receive your submission. And if that submission comes out to be invalid, we will let you know that your submission that you have made on the submission portal is invalid, and we are gonna give you some time in order to make the correct submission. So in that case, again, we will recommend you to use the validation Google form in case you missed it for the first time, and you make the correct submission this time, because this is going to be your last chance to make the correct project submission. In case a student submits the wrong validated project submission twice on the submission folder, then that student will fail the project course for that particular term. He or she won't get any more chances to submit the project. Doesn't matter how well the project was done. This is how the the process has been put out. So please make sure you follow these instructions and you adhere to all the guidelines that have been specified. So you submit a project. If it is not valid, we'll give you one more chance. You submit it again. In case that comes out to be invalid again, you fail the project course. And in case it is okay and it has passed the validation check, we will put it through the plagiarism check. That means we'll compare your submission with all the other submissions that are submitted in the same terms, in the same cycle or in the previous cycles. We'll see that if some unusual similarity is there. In case we find some unusual similarity, we'll report both of your submissions with whatever it has been matched with as plagiarized, and we'll give you some way through which you can basically file your grievance. That has a different process, so you will get to know about it once any submission is found to be plagiarized. We basically send an email. We ask them to fill a grievance Google form through which they can contest the decision. They basically go through a internal review committee, and after that certain things happen. So once a submission passes the plagiarism check, what happens is the student gets to book the level 1 slot. So level 1 is basically the first stage of Viva that we are going to have in these modern application development 1 and 2 courses, in which there is going to be an objective-based evaluation. So in this level 1 Viva, whoever the examiner is just going to look for certain features in your application. If those features are working, you are going to get the marks for those features. If those features don't work during the Viva, doesn't matter even if you have the code written, you won't get marks for them. You won't be getting the benefit for those things which are not working during the demo. So please make sure that you submit a robust application and every feature that you have implemented works during the level 1 Viva. As I told you, this is going to be a completely objective evaluation, so there is no subjectivity involved. The Viva examiner is just going to check for certain features if they are present in your application or not. Right? There is nothing that the Viva examiner is judging you based on your technical knowledge or something. This is completely an objective-based evaluation. So the normal duration of this Viva is generally around 20 minutes, but sometimes it can even get extended to 30 minutes or even more than that in case students find issue. Because there is one more thing that we have introduced in these Vivas is the checksum. So what happens is whenever you submit a project on the submission portal, while processing it, what we do is we compute the checksum for the file that you submit, the Z file that you submit, and we ask Viva examiners to validate the same during both of these Vivas, during level 1 as well as level 2. So in that case, you will be given a small Python script that you are supposed to run on the same basically submission that you would have made on the submission portal before, and this is going to give you a checksum. If the checksum matches with what the Viva examiner already has, then the Viva examiner would proceed with the Viva. Else, you will be required to download the submission again from the submission portal, or probably look for the submission that you made before on the portal. So once the level 1 evaluation is done, probably after some time or in a couple of days, you will get to know about the result for your level 1 Vivas. There can be 2 outcomes. One is that you will be able to make it to the next stage, or the other thing is your application does not have enough number of features or sufficient number of features, and you will be again asked to submit an improved version of your project. You will be given some time. In case you are submitting your project or your submission before the deadline, then you will be asked to submit the improved version of the project within the deadline. In case the deadline is already over, we'll give you a couple of days time to work on your project and submit it again. So in case you clear it, definitely you go to the next level. But in case you don't clear it, we'll give you, as I said, some time in order to improve upon your project. Submit it again. Once you submit, you again go through the entire process. We'll check your submission for the validity. So again, it's recommended for you to use the validation Google form in case you are making any submission again. validation submission, or sorry, the validation will happen on your submission. We'll again, put your submission in the plagiarism check, and we'll compare it with all other submissions that were made in the current cycle or in the previous cycles. In case your submission passes the plagiarism check, then you will again be required to book the slot for level 2, level 1 Viva. And again, your appointment is confirmed with one of the Viva examiners. You will be evaluated once again on the basis of the improved project that you have submitted. In case you are able to clear that Viva in the second attempt, that is okay. You will be sent to the next stage. But in case you are not able to, even for the second instance, then you will fail the project. So at every stage, you are going to get 2 chances. If you are not able to pass that particular stage even after 2 chances, then you will basically fail the project course for that. So what happens if you clear the level 1 Viva, either in first attempt or in second attempt, you will be sent or aligned for the level 2 Viva. For that purpose, you will be required to book your slot for the level 2 Viva. Again, level 2 Viva is going to be conducted by an industry expert or a industry professional. So this Viva is going to take, it has written 30 to 40 minutes, but it will probably take more than that. Generally, we have seen it takes anywhere between 40 to 60 minutes. So this is going to be a subjective evaluation. So here, your technical knowledge, your project implementation, your code quality, everything would be tested along with the general understanding that you have or the concepts knowledge that you have gained from the course. All of these things will be tested during the level 2 Viva, which will be conducted by an industry expert, as I said. So as I also told you, the duration of this Viva is going to be anywhere between 40 to 60 minutes. At this stage also, you are going to get 2 chances. In case you are not able to, get the minimum number of marks in the first attempt, we'll be giving you some time to prepare for the Viva again. Come for the next batch or come for the next level 2 Viva. In case you are not able to clear it the second time too, then again you will fail the project course. But in case you are able to, pass the threshold marks that are basically put out for level 2 Viva, then you will basically tentatively pass the project course, as you will only be able to get the grade for the project course once all the plagiarism results for that particular term are completed, because it may happen that a project submitted in the last cycle may get matched with a project that was submitted in the first cycle. So that's why we'll be keeping all the grades, all the marks tentative till the end. And once all the plagiarism results and the checks have been completed, then we will, basically declare the results for the project courses and we'll release the grades. So this is how the entire submission workflow looks like. I think I missed upon one thing: what happens in case a submission is found to be plagiarized. In that case, as I told you briefly, that you will be given a chance to submit a grievance via a Google form. In case you are ready to contest your decision, your grievance will be reviewed by an internal committee. And if that internal committee feels that the enough similarity is there and the student is not able to convince the committee, there are some steps that the internal committee can basically recommend. So in most of the cases, what is going to happen is you are going to be recommended to the disciplinary committee of the institute, IIT Madras. And in case you are not even able to, basically, if you are not able to prove yourself innocent there too, then this instance is going to be added to your academic records, and you will definitely get U grade for the project in that term. And apart from that, there are some additional set of punishments that you will get, and we will let you know about those set of punishments if any of the submission is found to be plagiarized. So this is how the entire submission workflow looks like for this term. May I know if anyone has any query at this stage with respect to the submission workflow? So I can see a raised hand. Sapna Jangir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, sir, I have a doubt. Like, parallelly, 2 classes are going. Like this session is going, and the other Java session is also going. So, like in the upcoming classes, is it going the same, or it's like having the different time? Because like it's difficult to join both at a time, and like I don't want to miss any of them. So what to do?
We'll try our best to make sure that 2 course sessions do not collide with each other. But in case we are not able to find any such timing, It may happen that there are 2 sessions happening in parallel, but we'll try our best to make sure that this does not happen.
And right now I'm like I just joined now, and like I missed the class, like I guess 15 minutes to half an hour class, and I don't know like on which class I should focus on. That class is also going parallelly right now, so I'll request to you, sir, please pass this and say to the
So
support
Sapna,
team
I think I
that-
want to interject here. So we can keep sessions for multiple courses, preferably in the evening between 6 and 10, so that more people from either college or work are able to join. We are live streaming the sessions as well as we give you the link to watch it later on also. So you have to choose between what sessions you want, and hopefully there are 2 or 3 of in each course that we do across the week with TA supported sessions that are additional. So you should be able to join any of the sessions that you want and go forward with it. So that's something that's there. Clashes are unavoidable. We have only certain days, certain timings in which we can do the sessions. And we're trying to maximize it in the evening so that people can join it. Otherwise, 10 a.m., 12 noon and all, people who are working and in college cannot essentially join. So it will be in the evening. And I think let's keep the queries relevant to the project submission and not to operational issues of the program. Okay, maybe you can address it later, but I think it will be better to focus on the project submission workflow, anything in the process that is not clear or what you'll have to do or need not do is not clear. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thanks.
All right. So the next person, Diviju.
Hello. I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask about the Viva.
Yeah.
So, leading up to the Viva, do we have any, say, an indication of what is to be expected in the Viva? Like, say, in a normal TV course, we have these practice assignments and graded assignments that kind of give you an idea of what the exam is going to be. Do we have anything similar for the Vivas?
See, for level 2 Viva, as I already told you before, you have to be thorough with your implementation. The project implementation that you have submitted as part of this project course, you have to be thorough with that. In addition to that, you should be well versed with the course context. So these are the 2 things that you should be good at if you want to prepare well for your level 2 Viva.
Right. So my experience with the MAD1 course should be enough to prepare me for the Viva, right?
So I'm assuming that you are going to do MAD2 project this time. So of course the course contents are going to be different, and you may have a difficult Viva this time because the course contents of MAD2 course itself are of higher difficulty as compared to MAD1. So of course you better be prepared, and you already have experience on your AppDev1 Viva. So I hope it is going to help you.
No, I'm doing the AppDev1 project this time.
Okay, you're doing the AppDev1 project. All right, so this is going to be your first experience. Anyways, as I told you, be thorough with your project implementation and of course the course contents. These 2 things are the basically best things that you can focus on.
Right. Thank you.
The next person is Rakesh Bhattacharya.
Hi. So I just have a few questions on this. So actually, I'm a non-technical background. I never don't have any experience in HTML or CSS. So I'm just starting. I have taken MAD1 as a subject this term, and also MAD1 as a project. So any suggestion for me from when I can start, and any roadmap you can share with us?
See, Rakesh, there is one straight recommendation that we give to the students is don't take the theory course and the project courses together. Right? The recommendation is always to take the project course in the succession. So in case we are doing the theory course and you don't have any technical background with the technologies that we have been using in this course, we'll strongly recommend you to do the project in the next term instead of doing it in the same time, as it is going to be really hectic for you. The deadlines are going to be very strict, and as you have already mentioned that you don't have the required technical background, it is gonna become a mess for you. This is my first advice.
As I have already taken, any suggestion that I can follow, if any extra effort I need to put in, so anything, any suggestion that
all right. So I would specifically recommend you to focus on weeks from 1 to 6. If you specifically focus on these weeks, I think you will be able to work on your project. Maybe the later weeks would not matter much as far as the project is concerned. But if you have, if you are thorough with the contents till week 6, you should be very good with the project implementation.
Thanks.
As
Thanks.
I feel those weeks are sufficient.
Thanks for the.
Okay, the next person, Sasi Kumar.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Shashi Kumar speaking. Hello,
Yes. Yes,
sir.
yes,
I
you're
want to
audible.
ask.
Please go ahead.
I want to ask about this workflow. That is, all these things are after we do the project and complete the coding, etc. Isn't it?
Mhm.
Or what is meant by this first valid submission? Or do we have to give something in advance?
No, nothing. So this project submission is the final product that you submit on the submission portal after completing all the code.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then, if it is not valid, we have to do it again. That is what is shown. Like, no, you submit project.
If it is not valid, you will be given another chance to submit a valid project. And in case you
No,
submit
no.
a invalid project,
What is meant by this validity? How it is checked?
so so there are basically certain things that we have asked for the project structure.
Yeah.
For the project structure, so we want all the project files and folders to be wrapped inside a project root folder. We don't want any other folder and file to reside in the root directory of the zip file that you will be submitting. Apart from that, we
Okay.
also want you to put the PDF report, and you give the link to your presentation video in that PDF report. There are certain things that we have asked for. We have already given all of these things in the guidelines document, and the validation Google form is also there for you to validate the submission.
Oh, it has to be done only after the completion of the project, isn't it? Completion.
Yes.
So, sir, for this completion, will be there any help from this?
Yes, of course, you will have all the instructor sessions, running through all of these weeks. Apart from that, you will also get support from the
Especially for this project, because
Yes,
I
yes, especially for
completed
this
this MAD one 3 terms back, but I could not complete the project. That's what happened. I could
There are
not.
going to be instructor-led sessions, especially for the project, that are going to be different from the theory course sessions.
And from next week or this week itself?
Yeah, probably from next week onwards.
Next week onwards. Okay, sir. Then again, this level 1 Viva, what is it actually? Level 1 Viva, if we are not clearing it, you have to.
The level 1 Viva, as I told you, it is going to be an objective evaluation.
Yes.
So there we are just going to check for certain features.
No, that I understood. But when then we have to give the pay fee again, it is shown. So you have to pay. If we
Yes,
are,
you will
if
have
we are
to
not pay and do the project again.
No, you have to pay and you have to improve your project. So you don't need to do the entire project once again. You can just add those features that were not present in your first level 1 Viva. So you can just add those features in the improved version and submit the same project again with the improvements.
Okay, sir. Then again, this plagiarism checker. That is our duplication, isn't it?
Sorry?
That means whether we are copying or duplicating some other code. That is
Yes.
what is.
Yes.
Okay. So there will be sessions, isn't it, sir? Because I did the MAD 1 course 3 terms back. Now I don't have any clear idea about the contents. So I think I have to do the course again, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be great if you can also go through the course contents. In addition to that, as I told you, there will be instructor-led sessions that will be specifically conducted for the project courses.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You can attend those sessions.
Thank you.
Thanks. Maybe we can have the next person quickly. Priyadarshini.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. Like, I have already cleared MAD 1 project. Thing is that, sir, like, if I follow some YouTube lecture or I go with some GitHub codes and I try to put it in my project, like if something is not clear, I might take help of GitHub or YouTube. Will that come under plagiarism? It's not copying from some other one, but it's just taking a help of some external resources. So
Priyadarshini, maybe we can take this question in some other session, as this particular session is meant to be orientation for explaining the submission workflow. So it would be better if we can keep the queries in targeting to those things. Maybe we can take this question in some other session.
Okay, sir.
I would also request I would also request others to please keep your question targeted towards what we are discussing here.
So what are the deadlines, sir, for each of these?
Yeah, we'll come on to the deadlines part as well. Pawan Kumar, right now we have just discussed about the submission workflow, and it would be great if your questions are targeted towards submission workflow only. There are some other things remaining in this PPT that we are planning to go through next.
Yes, currently.
Yeah, so then I will ask next.
Okay. Harshvi Sen.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I wanted to ask that you just mentioned that we are getting 2 chances on every stage. So do we have to pay every time when we are taking another chance?
You will have to pay if you fail level 1 or level 2 Viva. You don't have to pay anything if you submit an invalid submission for the first time.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Sashri Mani.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I wanted to get some clarity on the second chance you mentioned. So, will it happen after the validity check and the plagiarism check, or only after the plagiarism check?
Which second chance?
Like you mentioned,
chance
like
for what?
if you don't clear like one of the checks, we have a chance to submit it again.
See, there are basically 3 places where you get another attempt. One is whether your submission is valid or not. If your submission is not valid, so validity is checked before your submission is put through the plagiarism check. So if your submission is reported to be invalid, that means your submission has not even gone to that stage of checking plagiarism, and you are asked to make the resubmission with the correct validated structure.
Okay, and for which stages like we have to pay the fees if we don't clear it? Is it
again? I just answered it. You will have to pay again for level 1 repeat and for level 2.
level 2? Okay, and in the project submission like dashboard, when I check, it's like there's one message saying like deadline soon to be announced, but in the guideline documents, it's mentioned as August 23, 8th August. So
August 8th.
Yeah, August 8th. Is that the official deadline, or will it be
Yes.
updated later on?
No, it's the official deadline. This is what the deadline for the submission is.
Okay, and the link for that is not like it's grayed out for me, the Submit Mad1 project. Will it be like available later on?
We are going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that in this session.
Okay. Okay.
Is that all, Sashri?
Yeah. Thank you.
Shiva Bhaskaran.
Question here. So will in the sessions, right, will we be given ideas about the number of tables or anything like that, or it's free for, it's like do as you please, or just go with the basic ideas given, implement the basic idea?
See, we cannot basically pinpoint you to the idea specific to the given problem statement, because if we give that idea, it is highly probable that the same idea can be adopted by many other learners. And this is again, not a good thing when your submission will be put through the plagiarism checks and all.
Okay.
So we cannot really give you that many specific details, but yes, we can give you a high level overview of what you can do in case you are finding something difficult.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Dripto Bhattacharya.
I have 2 questions. The first one is, how much help are we supposed to take from other platforms like the
again, this question I feel is not relevant at this point of time. Maybe we can take this question in some other session.
Okay, sure. And my second question is kind of similar, is that if we have some kind of issues, who are we supposed to contact other than friends and ChatGPT?
I have something for you. Please, wait for the next set of slides to come.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. So the next person is Ram Prasad.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to ask that after completing how many weeks in the Mad1 course we can start doing project, and till how many weeks we must have completed till we complete the project? I mean, all 12 weeks, we have the submission around August 8, right? So before that, how many weeks must one complete so that he can complete the project? And after completing how many weeks in the course one can start doing project? That's it, sir.
I'm not really sure if I was able to understand this question, but if you're
Yes.
asking about the contents which are important in order to complete the project implementation,
Yes, sir.
so I would
Yes,
say that contents till week 6 are really important.
Okay, sir.
So if you're thorough with the contents till week 6, I hope you will be able to complete all the core requirements for the project.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so next person, Vivek.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when I see my dashboard, then I saw there is a message registration pending on my application development project.
Okay. So Vivek, again, I would like to say the same thing. This is an operational query, and this is something that we are not discussing in this session. Maybe you can, write an email to the operations team asking for a clarification.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So the next person is Rajat.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask that about the payment of in reattempt. So, like, if we fail both level 1 and level 2, then we have to pay, or like for each and every level we have to pay.
You have to pay for every level. Let's say you failed the level 1 first attempt, and you want to come for the second attempt, then you will have to pay for that. Similarly, if you fail the first attempt of your level 2 Viva and you want to come for the second attempt, then again you will have to pay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So Rajat is then. Sapna.
Yes, sir. I want to ask, sir, like how in Python we can submit a code as many times, but in that how many times we can submit?
You can only submit once on the submission portal. So once your project is completed, you have validated that project submission via the validation Google form, then only you should be submitting. So as I told you that you are given very limited chances at every stage. So in case you are making an invalid submission, you will just get another chance to correct that mistake.
It means
so there is only one chance that you are getting in order to submit on the actual submission portal, from where we'll be taking your actual submission for the or we'll be considering your submission for the further evaluation.
Sir, in prelims or level 1, level 2, in each and every step we have to we have only one chance to submit. Is that?
See, you will be submitting the project only once, and then that project will be run through plagiarism checks. In case it pass the plagiarism check, then you will be put through the level 1 Viva. In level 1 Viva, you don't have to make an explicit submission. You will be evaluated based on what you have submitted before. The same thing will happen in level 2 Viva. What you would have submitted before, in case you have passed all the stages before, you will be put through the level 2 Viva, and you are required to present the same submission that you submitted before.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So next person is Mandala Venkat.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you. And now my question is, you said the Google form is there. So through the Google form, can I submit as many times as I want?
You are talking about the validation Google form?
Yes.
Yes. You can use that form as many times as you want.
Okay. Suppose if it passes through the validation, then can I submit? I mean, is there any chance that when I submit, it might fail?
If you are sure that the submission has passed the checks given in the validation Google form, the same set of checks will be performed at our end. So if it passes the checks given in that form, then certainly the submission is going to pass the test at our end.
Thank you so much. I think that's a very precise answer. Now, second question is just one more question, please. I mean, there is a objective Viva in phase 1, as I see on the flow diagram. Now, my question here is, what is that objective Viva? Are they going to ask some objective questions face to face, or how exactly is that? Can we get
So
some
what
idea?
happens is, in both of these Vivas, level 1 and level 2 Viva, there are some cutoffs. For example, in level 1 Viva, you have to get at least 70% of the level 1 Viva to get to the next stage. Similarly, there is something like 50% in level 2 Viva to clear that Viva. So in order to get that 70%, what we'll do is we will distribute some markings based on the core features. Whatever core features that you have been asked to implement in that particular project. So each of that core feature is going to get some marking. Okay. Now, in the level 1 Viva, you will be evaluated whether you have that feature or not. In case you don't have the sufficient features in your application so that you are able to get the 70% of overall thing.
Okay.
That means you are going to fail the level 1 Viva and you are required to work on more features, or you are required to add more functionalities in your application to come for the repeat Viva.
Okay. Okay. So will it be a face-to-face, some kind of Gmeet Viva?
It will be a video call. Yes. Just like
Okay,
level
video.
2 Viva. Yeah.
Right. So they will ask us to show those features, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Just
You
one.
have to make sure that each of those features work during the demonstration that you are giving during your level 1 Viva.
Okay.
If there is some code that you have written for something and that does not work during the demo, you won't get benefit for it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think that really explains. Sorry, just one last question, please. I was also going through the document that is, specifications of the project that is given to us. It was a PPT. So what I see is there could be some features which might be even combined. Say, for example, I don't know whether I can ask that question here or maybe in the subsequent lecture, because it is more related to the specification. Can I ask that question, or should I really hold it?
So if it is something that is technically related to the project, maybe we can take it in the actual project sessions that we'll have.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Thank you.
All right. So we'll probably close taking the questions after Amit, and after that we'll continue with the slides. We will be able to take the remaining questions at the end of the session. So next person is Shwet Dhananjay.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Sir, I have completed my MAD 1 project before the project and course were not separated. So that time the project was included in that course only. So that time we completed our 12-week lectures, and afterwards we had to complete our project. But right now, as course and the projects are separated, and I have enrolled for MAT 2 course and the project at the same time. So am I supposed to be doing it simultaneously with the lectures or with the weekly content? Or
See, I think I have given one recommendation to one of the learners who asked us the question before. It is not recommended to do the projects and the theory course together in the same term. It is always recommended to do the project course in the successive term of the theory course. So in case you have already enrolled for both the courses together, I don't know. It is going to be really, really hectic for you completing MAT 2 theory as well as the project course in the same term.
So, sir, means the project submission and doing all the things are going to start with the course, means or they are going to be done in November, starting in November, or it is going to be starting right now?
See, project submission window will start probably from the next week onwards, and it will end on August 8th for this term.
Okay, so I will have to means withdraw that. Okay.
Yeah, I think you still have the option to drop the project or something.
Yeah, I have to drop the project now, because that time we had to enroll both the things at the same time, because the course
it is not mandatory now. It is not mandatory for you to register for both the theory
because
and
that was not mentioned in the means the registration process, that you have to complete the project course first, and then in the next term you have
No.
to.
It is not a mandation. It is not a mandation. It is just a recommendation.
Okay.
If one wants, he or she can still do both the things together in a single term.
But sir, if the project submission is going to start in the next week, we have to first complete the course lectures to understand the
Yes,
project.
that is true.
Okay, so I have to drop that project. Okay, sir. Thank you. And sir, one more thing for the operational issues, what is the email ID we have to?
What type of operational issues?
Sir, I have completed that MAD1 project, so I am seeing that MAD1 registered as
Okay,
well.
please write to the support@study.iitm.ac.in.
Support. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all.
So the next person is Kuri Chala Loknath. Sai. Kuri Chala Loknath, are you available?
భరత్ ఒకసారి నోరు ఇచ్చి చూడొచ్చు లేకపోతే వేలు పెట్టు ఎట్లు గొత్తైతుంది నువ్వు చదువుతూ ఉండవు
I would request all others to please be on mute in case you are not speaking. Okay, all right. I guess person is not responding. Maybe I'll move to the next one. Amit Jha.
Yes, sir. So I'm not sure if you have already answered this, but though the project submission date has started on 10th of May, but the button is still disabled for me at least. And also, where do we find that Google validation form?
We are going to talk about.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess no one else is coming. Pawan Kumar.
Yes, sir. We are discussing only on this, or we are having some other session in this. Actually, we are only talking about submission process. Is there any other thing today that it is planned?
What type of query that you have?
Actually, I completed blog lights in MAD1 and unable to submit MAD version 2 of Blocklight. So now my project is changed for ticket show. Version 2 I require to complete in MAD2 project. So this term, can we submit that Blocklight version 2? Can we submit version 2?
No, I guess Blocklight was a submission for the previous term. And since all the submissions that term has been closed, we will have to work on the problem statement specified for this term. That is ticket show.
Okay, right.
All right, so I'll stop taking queries at this moment and we'll proceed with the remaining slides that we have in this presentation. So we'll take these questions at the end of the presentation then. I hope my screen is still visible to everyone.
Is it still
Yes, sir, it is
visible?
visible.
Yes.
All right. So there is something new that we are introducing from this term onwards that was, of course, not there in the previous terms that we have had these projects for. So we are basically introducing a new submission portal from this term onwards. And this is for now dedicated for AppDev project submissions. That means you are going to make your submissions instead of or probably on this submission portal instead of doing it on Seek, and you will be booking your slots. You will be interfacing with this application only as far as the project is concerned. That means you will get to submit your project here. You will be receiving all the guidelines related document, all the validation Google form related links on this application itself. You will be notified about the results about each and every stage in this entire workflow cycle. In this application itself, you will get to book your slots for level 1, level 2 slots. Everything is going to happen on this new application only. So this link is basically the production link as of now. We have not yet binded it with the domain. That should be done shortly, probably in some next a week. We have for now added this link to your workflow, to your student workflow dashboard. That means you all should be able to access this link. So this is where the application for this for accepting the AppDev project submissions is hosted or is deployed. I have just put down a link here. I would not go through this entire application as of now. I would just like to show you some of the screenshots through which you can get an idea what type of interface you are going to get in order to do the project submissions for this term. Apart from that, as I told you, soon this link will be binded with the domain, with the actual domain that we are going to use for accepting the project submissions, and that should be updated shortly in your workflow dashboard. So yeah, I would just like to present you some of the screenshots that we have taken for the demonstration purpose. So this is going to be the home view of the application. So as soon as you navigate to that link, this is the type of interface that you will get. So we have enabled Google authentication here. That means you will be able to log in only via your student's email ID here. And only those students who are registered for the project in a particular term will be given access to this application in that particular term. Right? That means if a student who still has the application link and is not registered in a given terms project will not be given access to this application. That means the student can still access the homepage of this application, but he or she won't be able to log into this application and use other things that this application has. So this is just the home view of the application. When you will navigate to the link that I had pasted in the previous slide, or you have in your workflow dashboard as well, you will be redirected on this kind of interface. So this is going to be the first dashboard view for a student. So as soon as you log in and you are already registered as a student for a given terms project, be it MAD1, be it MAD2 for May 23, this is the type of interface that you are going to see for the first time. So what we have done is we have basically provided each and every level here. Here on the top left, as you can see, the project submission status, plagiarism status, level 1 Viva result, level 2 Viva result. Apart from that, we have added the problem statements for this particular term. PPT of that problem or of this term's problem statement can be accessed by clicking on the See Full Detail button. Apart from that, this guideline document button is going to take you to the guidelines document for this term's project of this course. Apart from that, there are some additional buttons here that you can see. So this is Submit MAD2 project button. This is for you to submit your project after clicking on this button. And this validity check is going to redirect you to the Google form, to the validation Google form through which you can validate the submission file that you are going to submit on this submission portal. So the same application will be used for all the students who are either enrolled for AppDev 1 or AppDev 2 course. So here on the top bar, you can see that currently this dashboard which is being shown is for the MAD2 course. That means the student is currently enrolled for the MAD2 course here. Apart from that, that shows you something about level 1 and level 2 since you have not made the project submission yet, or the current student has not made the project submission yet. Some relevant messages have been shown in place of level 1 and level 2 boxes here. So this is the first view that you are going to get when you will log into this application for the first time from a student view. So these are the details that we will be asking for when you make a project submission. So you will be required to upload a zip file here. In addition to that, you will be required to submit your presentation video URL in addition of project reports that we generally ask. So these are the three things that you will be required to submit while making a project submission. So this is the interface that you will be redirected to when you click on the Submit MAD2 project or Submit MAD1 project, depending on what course you are enrolled in. So yeah, this is how you are gonna be redirected to this page. And after clicking on Submit, you are done with your project submission, and we'll be considering that submission for the further evaluation. So this is the dashboard, or this is the view that one gets in case his or her submission is reported to be plagiarized. So you can see that the project submission is successful in that case, but the plagiarism result is declared as failed. So in that case, the student has failed the project course. Of course, the student will get an opportunity to submit a grievance via the Google form that we discussed before. But yeah, this is the kind of interface that the student will see in case the plagiarism check gets failed. So yeah, it basically shows you that you are not eligible for project submission. So this message will be shown right after you make a submission. As I told you that the submission can only be made once on the submission portal. So next is going to show you when someone passes the plagiarism check. So as you can see here, you are able to see this green color. That means you have passed the plagiarism check. And now what other options are enabled for you? You can see here this level 1 box. That means you are now eligible to book your slot for the level 1 Viva. So this happens when you pass the plagiarism check. First, you make the project submission, you pass the validity check, and then you pass the plagiarism check. Once all of these things are done, you get to book your slot for your level 1 Viva. So this is basically the slot booking interface. So when you click on that book slot button that was available under the level 1 box, level 1 Viva box. So you will be shown all the slots that are available for a given duration of time, and you will get to choose one slot out of these. Once the slot is booked, you cannot cancel it or you cannot reschedule it. So please make sure that whatever slot you book, you are able to commit to that timings. So once you have selected the slot, this is the kind of interface that you will get. So let's say you selected the slot for 10th of June between 4 and 4:30 p.m. So it is basically showing you the timing, the date. Apart from that, after some time, we will also update the meeting link for that particular slot that you have opted for. And once the meeting link is added, you will also see this button enabled, Join Meet, which is disabled as of now. But once the meeting links are added, you will be able to see this button enabled, and via this button, you will be able to join the meeting link that you have been allocated to. So it also shows you the pending result for the level 1. So these are some of the screenshots that we have specifically taken for this orientation session today. But of course, once you get the access to the application, you will be able to explore these things yourself. So now we are going to talk about the project submission start and end date. So we are planning to start the project submissions, or we are planning to start this window from 15th of June onwards. That is going to begin from the next week onwards. And the project submission window will end on August 8th, as we have already discussed. So please make sure that you complete your project by August 8th and you submit your project on time. As you know, that everything has been automated now. You have to make all these submissions on this via this application. So no submissions will be accepted via any other means, via email or by any other medium that we would have done probably sometime back. And we have added a note here as well that no extension. There is basically a typo, so no extension shall be given in any case. August 8th is the final deadline here. So please make sure that you are able to make the submission by August 8th. So these are the tentative submission timelines that we have basically put down. So what happens is, as a project submission window will start from 15th of June and it is going to end on 8th of August. So what we are going to do is we are going to create batches of submissions that we'll be receiving during a given time interval. So what we'll do is, whatever submissions that we'll be receiving between 15th June and 2nd July, we'll create a batch of all of those submissions. And level 1 Vivas for the submissions that are made in this time frame, that is between 15th of June and July 2nd. The level 1 Vivas for those, in case they pass the validation check and the pre-system check, their level 1 Vivas will happen between July 9th and July 10th. So there are 2 dates on which these level 1 Vivas will happen. Those who will pass the level 1 Vivas in this batch, they will be aligned for the level 2 Vivas on July 11th. 1 second. So probably this third column is not relevant for you. You can just focus on the first, second, and fourth column. So those who will pass the level 1 Vivas on these 2 dates, July 9th and July 10th, your level 2 Vivas will happen on July 17th and July 18th. Similarly, the second batch will begin from July 3rd and it will end on July 23rd. Those who will make submissions in this time frame, they will have their level 1 Vivas conducted on July 29th to July 31st. And those who will be able to pass these level 1 Vivas, their level 2 Vivas will begin or will happen between August 7th and August 9th. So there will be some level 1 repeats from the previous batch, because it may happen that those who are appearing for their first attempt of level 1 Vivas on these July 9th and 10th dates, there may be students who will fail these Vivas. So these students will be considered for the second batch, for their second attempt. So July 29th and 31st are going to be the dates for the submissions that will be made in between these 2 dates, along with the level 1 repeats from the previous batch. Similarly, the last batch will be created for the submissions between July 24th and August 8th. That is the deadline for this term's project submission. Their level 1 Vivas are going to happen between August 16th to 18th. This will include the level 1 repeats from the previous batch as well. And their level 2 Vivas, if they pass, will happen on level 2. Just like we are considering the level 1 repeats from the previous batch in the next batch here, similarly, we'll do the same with level 2 vivas as well. That means those who will fail the level 2 vivas in the first attempt, in the first batch, will be given a chance to appear for to come for the second attempt in the second batch. For example, if someone fails on July 17th or 18th, they'll be given a chance to come again on August 7th, 8th, or 9th after paying the fees again. Similarly, those who fail here will be given chance to come on August 25th and or 26th and 27th. After that, those who will fail the level 1 vivas and have submitted the projects between July 24th and August 8th, their second attempt of level 1 viva will happen between August 31st and September 1. And those who will pass these level 1 vivas, their level 2 vivas will happen on September 6th and September 7th. Now, since this is going to be the last batch of the level 1 vivas that we will have, because by now everyone has gotten at least 2 chances to come for the level 1 viva, and those who will fail this attempt 2, they will fail the project course. Now, for the second time, those who are appearing for the first attempt of level 1 vivas on these dates, that is September 6th and 7th, in case there are students who are failing their first attempt on these 2 dates, their next set of level 2 vivas will happen on September 10th and 11th. And this is going to be the final batch of vivas that we conduct on that day. And finally, we will be declaring the results on September 15th for this term. So yeah, probably we can take questions in case people have with respect to whatever we have discussed so far. So I'll again start the queue. So Vishal Ashok. Vishal Ashok, are you available?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Yeah. Sir, actually, I registered in Jan term, but like to me, it was known like it will be defaulted, like I'll be able to register for the May term, but I was told like I can only register next term. So I am not enrolled automatically during this term.
Okay, so is there any other question that you have?
Yeah,
you want to join
like,
the project or what is the deal?
For project, like I have already completed MAT 2 in the previous term,
Okay.
but I haven't submitted the project. But in my portal, it is showing project completed.
Okay. Can you put your roll number in the chat box, please, for me, or just DM your roll number to me?
Sure, ma'am.
Send me an email. I'll put in my ID here. Send me an email with the details. I will check that. Okay. I've given my email ID here. Just send me an email with the details. I'll look into it.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, who's this?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Shwet. I'm facing some similar kind of issue because I have completed MAD 1 project, but it's still showing me it's showing me both that it is in the under the currently registered courses and completed currently registered projects.
Okay, send me
and
an email
completed
with this.
projects.
I cannot do anything if you just tell me something because I don't have live access to the dashboard. Send me an email with the details. I will look into it. I'll get back to you from the team side. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Vishal, I hope your question is answered. So maybe you can load your hand now.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Trishit Ganguly. Trishit Ganguly, are you available? Yeah, I'll go to the next person meanwhile. Aman Nandan.
Hi, good evening. So my first query is that what is the turnaround time for level 1 Viva? Suppose I give it on July 9th. So by what date I would be sure that I have cleared it?
So if the level 1 vivas are ending, let's say on for that batch are ending on July 10th, so you will be notified by July 11th or 12th about your failure or your success in the level 1 viva.
Second query is related to the app. So the dashboard is showing that I'm registered for the project, but when I go to that app and try to sign in, it is giving me 403 error. That means I don't have the authorized access to it.
Okay. I think we are still loading the students in that application, if I'm not wrong. Narendra, is that true?
Yes, 100 students are remaining. Maybe you
Okay,
are.
there are some 100 students remaining for Aptiv 1 and some 60 students for Aptiv 2. So you should get access to the application probably by end of the day today. Is it possible, Narendra?
Sure, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, this is, so I guess that is over. Rishal?
Yeah, no, I also had a similar doubt. Like, see, in my current projects page, I can see that AppDev2 project is there, but it says registration pending. On the other hand, if I click on the thing, I can access the app and whatnot. I can access the Viva booking page app, everything.
You're able to
And
log into
I
that.
did register for the project. The only
So I guess
problem
you are
I
given the
have is
access to the student dashboard. Are you able to access the student dashboard after logging into the application?
yeah. I can access the Viva booking dashboard after logging in. All of that is fine. It's just that in the my current projects page, it says registration pending.
Can you please write to support in this regard?
Can
I
I
am
please?
assuming that you are already registered for the project course as you already have gotten
Yeah,
access to the
I
application.
am
Let me
already
just check
registered.
on
Yes.
this. Yeah, Rishal, just let me check on this. Just a minute.
Yeah. I had also registered for it last term, but I didn't complete it, so they gave a refund, and it was in my student wallet, and I applied again this term.
I'm
But
facing
yeah.
the same issue, registration pending, ma'am.
Okay, I guess meanwhile ma'am gets back, we can proceed to other people who are in the queue. So Vishal will get back to you on this question. I'm just looking into it. Rajesh Srivastav.
Yes, sir. Sir, I had a question that suppose if I submit my project in the app and like then I will proceed to the level 1 Viva, and suppose I cleared it and then I want to make any change before the level 2 Viva. So will I be allowed to do that or not?
No. Once you have made the submission, you are not allowed to make even a single character change. As I told you, there is a new step that we have introduced in this process, that is that checksum validation step. So we'll be computing a checksum for the submission that you make on the submission portal, and the same checksum has to be validated in both the level 1 and level 2 Vivas.
Okay, so that means if we submit once, then it is final.
Yes.
Okay, okay, so thank you.
Okay, so Rajat is there. Okay, Jayashri.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have two questions. I have registered for AppDev 1 and 2 projects this term. When will the problem statement will be released? The
Problem statements have been released 1 month back. So
for AppDev 2, they told that students who are taking both the projects together will work on one topic for same topic for AppDev 2 projects.
Okay, so you're talking about the so AppDev 1 problem statement for this term is grocery store. So you're talking about the successive version of the same for AppDev 2. I think it should be released this week or by next week at max.
Okay, sir. So one more question is, if I submit both the projects at the same time, will the dates for level 1 and level 2 Vivas clash for each both
So
the
the
projects?
timelines that we are giving here, they are basically common for both level for both AppDev 1 and level 2, but sorry, not level 2, for both AppDev 1 and AppDev 2. But you still have the option to choose your level 1 and level 2 slots. So you can choose your slots wisely.
Okay, there will be options given for selection of the slots, right?
Yes. Like I showed you, there will be an interface through which you will get to choose your level 1 and level 2 appointment slots.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and there will be different set of slots for each of the courses. They won't be the same.
Okay, so we can choose it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Samit Singh.
Yeah, hello. I have two questions. Just now that you shown this portal, it is only available for MAT 2, right? Not for the MAT 1.
No, it is also available for MAT 1. The screenshot that was taken at that time, we were basically logged into the application as a MAT 2 student. But the same application will be used for both the courses.
Okay. And the second thing that what I observe in the level 1 Viva date and level 2 Viva date, it is not on Saturday, Sunday. It is on in between Monday to Friday.
See, what is happening on most of the Saturdays, Sundays is you have quizzes, you have OPs, so it is difficult for us to do the Vivas on those days. That's why we have to
But
keep the Vivas on weekdays.
at what time?
So see these slots, we will only be able to tell you once we receive these from the examiners, because we release those slots as and when we get those from the examiners.
The only thing my request is, okay, if it is in between Monday to Friday, since we are working professional, so it has to be after 8 p.m.
See, the slots are usually available between 10 a.m. and I guess 9 p.m. So I guess the last slot for the day is something that you are asking for.
Yeah, otherwise it is very difficult. Means if you keep it in between Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, it is no problem. But Monday to Friday, then.
Okay, we'll look into it, Samit. We'll probably see
Okay.
what can be done in this regard.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
might be the problem for many others too. All right, yeah, we'll see. Dhruv Samir Lakhani.
Okay, my question is that I have applied for both MAD1 and MAD2 project this term, and we will have a common statement, like example grocery store. So you said that MAD2 statement will be released by next week. So is it necessary for the MAD1 process to complete before submitting MAD2, or both can be submitted together?
Yeah, both can be submitted together. As I told you, there will be separate set of slots for both of the courses. So you just have to be wise enough to choose your slots.
Okay,
You
no.
should
So
not be
for
choosing the same
example,
slot for-
that I submitted both, and then for MAD1 some issue has cropped up in either level 1 or level 2. So that will not affect my MAD2 project, right?
Yeah. Both of these
Okay.
projects are independent of each other.
Okay, so they're separate projects, not continuation of. Okay, and my second question, this app, the new workflow app that you've given the link, when I try to load that, it shows page unresponsive. It's continuously loading, but nothing is happening. So
Probably something wrong with your internet connection. This is what I can think of.
yeah, no, I checked that. I tried both on my laptop and my mobile, but the same thing shows page unresponsive, and the loading circle goes on and on.
Maybe I would recommend you to try it after some time. It should
Okay.
not happen again, because this is the first time I'm hearing such type of issue.
Okay.
Okay. So the next person is Shaurav Kumar Yadav.
Hello, sir. For me, hello, am I audible?
You are audible. Yes.
Yeah, for me also it's showing forbidden 403 error. So,
So there are some students who are yet to be enrolled in the application. They are not yet loaded to it.
yeah.
Yeah, as we said, that should be done by the end of the day.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that, because after the course registration, I think there was an email which asked us to regarding the project where we had to fill some Google form. I think I had missed that. So is there any issue regarding that?
I'm not sure which Google form you are referring to.
Okay, so there was no Google form which we had to fill, right? After the
No, I think I haven't filled the Google form also, but it is the portal is okay for me. I think if some internal issue, it will be resolved.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Please let us know, probably after 2 days, in case you don't get access to the application.
Sure. Thank
Do
you.
write to us in that case. Okay. Mandala Venkat.
Hello. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Level 1 Viva, if somebody fails, you said he will get one more chance, right? So level 1, as you said, they will basically look for the features, core features are there or not. So suppose if they find 1 or 2 features are missing, or maybe they're not satisfied with the functionality, are we again supposed to work on the project and resubmit it?
Yes, you're supposed to work on the existing application that you had submitted before. You don't need to work on the entire new project once again. You can just
Oh.
improve upon what you had submitted.
Okay, so do I have to pay the fee also for that?
Yeah, if you fail the level 1 Viva and you are coming for the second attempt of it, you will have to pay an additional amount of 1,000 rupees.
Okay, so we'll have to, it's like a fresh submission once again. Taking
Correct.
into,
You will
taking
again
into
be
cons-
put into that entire process, validation check, plagiarism check, and then you will get to choose your level 1 slot in case you
Okay.
pass all this.
Okay, so level 1 Viva, I will have to incorporate the feedback given by them. If they find something missing, I need to really work on that and go through the whole process again. Okay.
Correct.
And same applies to level 2 also. Suppose if somebody fails level 2 and he's taking
See,
another
you
attempt.
will only be able to go to level 2 Viva in case you are passing level 1 Viva. So if you fail level 2 Viva, there is probably there is nothing wrong with the project, is what I would say, but you will have to improve your technical skills in that case, your
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay, okay. And again, you have to pay the fee.
Correct. The fees has to be paid in both these attempts.
Right, right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next person is Devati Sai. Devati, are you available?
Hello, sir. Can I ask about project, small doubt in project?
Is it a technical doubt?
Yes, sir. Not technical. Means regarding project, one small doubt. Means I didn't understand one statement, the PPT.
Okay,
Add
it is something related to the PPT. Devati, maybe we can do one thing. Please let us know probably in the next session in case you join, or in case you are not able to join, please write to us. It's better if we keep the queries limited to what we are discussing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Next person is Devyanshi. Devyanshi.
Yes, sir.
Devyanshi. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Your voice is too faint. I could not hear you properly.
Okay. Am I audible now? Wait a minute.
You are audible, but anyways, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So my problem is that if I submit the project in June 15 to July 2, and I even give the Viva for level 1 in July to 9 to 10. But if my dates clashes with something during level Viva 2 for that batch, can I just not submit? I mean, book the slot for July 17 to 18 and book some slot between August 25 to 27.
It is possible, but you have to be really careful about these things, or please make sure that you inform us beforehand, because it may happen that we only release so many slots. Right?
Okay,
Let's say if there are only these many students eligible from that particular batch, we will be releasing only so many slots for level 2 Vivas for that particular batch. So it may happen that you may not get the chance, or some other student does not get the chance to book the slots. So please let us know in case you are skipping any batch.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next person is Vivek Kumar Sonkar. Vivek. Okay, I'll meanwhile proceed to the next person, Jayashri.
Sir, for AppDev 1, you told that until week 6, we can watch and start doing the project. For AppDev 2, until which week we can see and then
for
start?
AppDev 2, you require knowledge, I would say, till the end of week 11 or something. Not sure which week we cover caching, but yes, week 11, week 10 or week 11 is something that we would definitely require. So that's what we were saying before, that it is always recommended to do the project in the successive term instead of doing it in the same term with the two reports.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Next person is Aruna.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
You're audible, yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So my doubt is, I have completed MAD 1, ticket show in my previous term. So in this term for MAD 2, for ticket show version 2, so is it like I have to develop everything again from the scratch, or we are incorporating the features what you have learned in this course on top of that? Can we reuse what
the
we have
technology stack
developed?
for both the courses is completely different. In MAD 1 project, you were required to built the entire project using Flask, and the front end was supposed to be built using simple HTML, CSS, or some sort of JavaScript. But then after coming to Mat 2 course, the technology stack changes drastically. So the entire front end has to be built using Vue.js. I would say that you can still make use of the same backend that you would have done for your Mat 1 course, but the front end is something that you will need to work upon from the scratch.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And please also make sure that in case you have already made your Mat 1 project public after getting your results or something, please don't reuse any of those components again, because there is a chance that your project or someone else would have gotten access to the code that you would have shared before, and that person and you are submitting the same code. It is a great threat for you for getting into that plagiarism check.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Nice. Shwet, Dhananjay.
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
आला है का?
Hello.
Said that you should register for that project course after the course completed. So now I have registered.
I lost you, Shwet. Sorry. Could you please repeat it for me for a second?
Sir, we have to register for the project course after we complete the course of the app development. So now I have registered for modern application development 2 course and project both together. So I have to drop that project course. So what will be the date for that drop course, drop project 1?
I don't know. There should be some standard dates. I guess you can drop your courses after 1 month or something. I don't know the exact thing. I guess it is 1 month.
Nupur hai na?
Hello, sir.
I would request everyone else to be please on mute in case you are not speaking. So Shwet, maybe you can check it with some of your peers, because I'm not sure about the exact date. I guess you get to you receive a Google form through which you apply for droppage of these courses or something. I don't know the exact procedure.
Okay, sir. And so one more question, that does the project statement changes for every term, or
it changes? It does change.
So means we cannot work on the project in our 1 month gap we get between 2 terms, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so the next person is AP.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
So my question was, first off, I completed the AppDev 1 course in the May 2022 term, and I completed AppDev 2 course on September 2022 term. Right. So my query was that, in both the terms, I didn't, in after May 2022, you guys just, split the project another way and the course another way, right? So before that, everything was kind of like smushed into one big course. So my question was, I didn't register for the AppDev 1 project back then. And although I registered for the AppDev 2 course while I was AppDev 2 project, while I was doing the AppDev 2 course, I didn't do it. And as a one time off, my fee was refunded back to me. So I wanted to ask how, my question was that in the registration form, I didn't see any option for choosing the AppDev 1 project. Right. So I kind of thought that you guys would be sending an email about asking us whether we want to,
you have done your AppDev 1 project in Jan 22 term is what you said, right?
Sorry?
You completed your AppDev 1 theory course in Jan 22 term. Is that correct?
No, May 22.
May 22 term. Okay, yeah. So you are yet to complete your Mat 1 project as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, I wanted to ask whether like I said, there was no option for it in the registration form, and I haven't received any emails for the same, like about I haven't gotten any G forms or anything about whether I wanted to select the AppDev 1 project this term. So my question was whether at all I can opt for it in this term or not.
You should be definitely able to opt for it in case you are yet to complete it. But I don't know why you were not shown that option during your
No,
registration.
well, I checked in the my current projects tab in the dashboard in the portal, right? And while I can see the tab for the AppDev1 project, first off it's showing not registered, and whenever I click on it, it's just redirecting me to the dashboard page. It's not it's not opening up the assignment page.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure in this case, Sepi. So I would
Because
say
I
you can
kind of
probably
wanted
check
to
it with the
complete
support
the
team.
AppDev1 course in this term as well, so that I can take the AppDev2 course in the next.
I would recommend you to please shoot an email to the support team. That would be better.
Oh, well, I did, and first off, it was just ambiguous answers, and then they, just I believe they haven't understood my query or understood my question per se.
Can you do one thing? Can you please email them again and keep me in CC?
Well, I can try, but I don't know whether the answer is going to be any different from last time. I asked them about it just recently, I think 2 or 3 days back, and they gave me the reply which they gave me was not of the question which I wanted to answer.
So maybe the problem is that even I don't have the live access to the dashboards that you are asking the query for. So even I'll have to get it checked from them. So that's why I'm asking. Please write to them again. I'll also try to check with them. In case I'll get back.
But there is a chance for me to opt for the AppDev1 project this term, yes?
See, ideally they should be, but I don't know. But now the course registrations have already been over. I don't know what time has been.
Like I said,
I'll have to get
there
it
was
checked.
no
I
option
cannot-
for it in the registration form. I mean, there was just an option for the ML project, which I completed. I completed the MLP course in in the previous term, and so I got an option for its project in this term. But there was no option for choosing the BDM project or the.
I'll get it. Please write an email. See, there is no direct solution that I can provide you right now. Even I'll have to get it checked. Right? So that's what I'm asking you. Please write an email to me as well as write an email to support team and keep me in CC. I'll get it.
Okay. So I have one more question. Well, I don't know. I just I can't remember where I read it or somewhere, but I kind of read that if at all I am able to select the AppDev1 course in this term, I'll be able to complete the AppDev2 course as well. Is AppDev2 project? I mean, I'm sorry. So can I do it like that? I mean, can I complete both of these projects simultaneously?
It is possible for you to do that. Yes.
And is this true for only this term, or it'll be applicable for the subsequent terms as well?
Yeah. Yes. It is even true for the subsequent terms as well.
Okay.
So you already have completed both the theory courses, so you can do both the projects at any point of time you want.
But can I do them simultaneously? And if I choose to do them simultaneously, will my problem statement be different, or will it be the same one?
There is something new that we have introduced for this term students. So in case you're opting for both the projects together, AppDev1 and AppDev2, so we give you an option to work on the same problem statement. So for example, the AppDev1 problem statement for this time is, I guess, the grocery store. So for AppDev2, there are two problem statements. One is the ticket show application that has been the successive version of the previous AppDev1 problem statement. And we'll be releasing a new problem statement that is going to be grocery store version 2. So that is specifically for those who are opting for AppDev1 and 2 projects together in the same. So you get to work on the same problem statement in case you are opting for both the projects together.
Okay, so how would that work then? I mean, I'll be trying to develop 2 versions of the same application at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
In case you want to do that, yes, you can. But you still have the option to do, 2 separate problem statements, even if you are enrolled for both the projects in the same time. So we are giving you an option to work on the same problem statement, and you can even opt out of it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Excuse me, sir.
Who's that?
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. Is the presentation over, sir?
The presentation is not over yet. Okay, all right. So maybe what we'll do is we'll completely or we'll try to complete the presentation as of now, and we'll take the rest of the queries. I guess there are only 4 queries remaining. We'll take them at the end of the session. So I guess it won't take more than 10 minutes to complete the presentation now. I'll just quickly walk you through what else is remaining. All right, so this was the thing that I guess I was trying to tell one of the learners when he or she was asking a query. So there is something new that we're planning for this term. So there is going to be some additional support from our end in terms of project mentors. So what we'll do is we will float a Google form to each of you, whoever has enrolled for project term for either AppDev1 or AppDev2 course in the current term, and we'll be asking you whether you want a mentor support for the this particular term. And in case you come back to us saying yes, then we'll be basically arranging a project mentor for you, with whom you can reach out to in order to discuss any technical problems that you are facing with respect to the project. So this is something additional that or some additional support that we are providing to the learners from this term onwards. We are going to engage some of the best students who have received the best project certificates or have been really good with the projects in the past few terms. So we'll be engaging those students as the project mentors this time in order to help you guys. So the Google form for that should be out probably in this week or the latest by early next week. We'll be collecting the responses from you. After getting the responses from you, we'll see what is the requirement and we'll accordingly allocate the project mentors to us. So this is something additional that we are planning to give you support for. And there is something interesting that we are going to introduce along with the application that we have done for this time. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to create a GitHub classroom, and we are going to create an assignment for this term's problem statement, and we'll be sending you the invite to each of you, whoever is enrolled for this term's project for AppDev1 as well as AppDev2. There are going to be 2 separate assignments and 2 separate classrooms. Of course, separate for AppDev1 and 1 separate for AppDev2. So we'll be sending you the invites for joining those assignments that we'll be creating. And as soon as you join those invites, we will be releasing a small tutorial video for you also. How can you join those assignments? How can you set up other things? As soon as you join those assignments, we'll require you to set up some GitHub books in the repositories that will be automatically created for you once you join the assignment links shared by us. And we'll recommend you to keep committing and keep pushing the code to the GitHub repositories that will be created for you while joining or after joining the GitHub classroom assignments. So if you do that, we will be able to track all the commits or the pushes that you make to your repository, and we will also be able to show you a brief summary of whatever you have been doing with your repository and how you are progressing in your project in that application as well that we have rolled out for this term. So there will be a separate interface where we will show you what all commits you have made so far, what all are the changes, what all are the additions, or the remove, what all things have been removed in your code. Means whatever things that you generally do while working or while developing on your project. We'll be showing you a brief summary of what each commit has. So this is something that we are planning to introduce in this term, and hopefully we'll be able to incorporate and very soon. So once we are able to push this feature in the production for the application that we have rolled out, we will be creating the GitHub classrooms for both the courses, and we'll be creating the assignments too, and we'll send out invites to each of you. And of course, once this is done, we'll be releasing a small tutorial video, a brief tutorial video for all of you to set up those repositories, set up the GitHub webhooks, so that you also get to see a brief summary of the commits or the pushes that you have made to your repository while working or while progressing on your projects. And yeah, that's it from our end for this orientation session. Now, I guess we can continue with the queries. Okay, so Gurijala Loknath.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
You're audible.
Yes, sir. I have 2 questions actually. My first question is we have 2 levels of okay, Vivas, right, sir? There will be like interviews, right, sir?
Yes, they are going to be face-to-face video calls. So as I told you, level 1 Viva is going to be an objective evaluation. you won't be asked technical questions in the level 1 Viva. All of that technical evaluation will be done in level 2 Viva. So level 1 is going to be entirely objective. You will be asked questions like whether you have feature A, feature B working or not. In case you say yes, then you will have to just show the working of that feature. In case you are able to show that, that's it. There is no other technical question asked in that type of Viva, level 1 Viva.
Okay, sir. In level 2 Viva, sir, actually that was my second question, how the questions will be asked. And
So level 2
in the
Viva, as I
sec-
told you, you have to be thorough with your project implementation. Right? You could be asked any question, from any place or any code that you would have written for your project implementation. The examiner can even pinpoint you to any specific line number in any given file and ask you to explain what this line is doing and what is the purpose and all. Apart from that, you have to be well versed with the course contents as well, because there is also a component called general Viva in the level 2 Viva, and you will be evaluated based on the technical knowledge and the learnings that you have gained from the theory course.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. That answers my questions.
Rajat?
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask that you told about the mentorship thing that will be provided a mentor. Sir, that Google form will be available to us on our email ID, and then we have to fill it, and accordingly we will get our
Yes,
mentor.
we'll be sending that Google form to your student email ID. So please
Okay, sir.
keep a close watch on your inbox. We shall be sending that Google form shortly.
Okay, sir. And sir, about that GitHub repository. So everything related to that also will be conveyed to us through email.
Yes, once we are able to set up that, we will be releasing a short tutorial video for that purpose. We can
Okay,
even
sir.
discuss that in one of the project live sessions that we'll have going forward.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Shalendra Kumar.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
You're audible.
Sir, I just wanted to ask the basic requirement of these basic languages, sir, like when will be taught Flask and this Bootstrap and SQLite? In what week will we taught that?
Maybe not something that is relevant to this session. Shall we discuss it sometime afterward?
Yes, sure.
Thanks. Madala Venkat.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Can you please hear me? Can you? Yeah.
Yes.
Just two questions. A very short one. This GitHub Classroom, is it meant for the project work or for the course assignments?
It is meant for the project.
Project. Okay. So as we are developing the project, I can push it in the classroom and seek kind of confirmation on something, like whether I'm going in the right direction or not, or maybe if I'm stuck on something.
See, currently there is, we have not planned any kind of evaluations based on the commits that you will be making to those repositories, but it is always good to, show how well you progressed while developing your application to the Viva examiners whenever you come for those Vivas. So if you're able to show all the commits, all the pushes that you have made, progressively developing your application, that is a good impression that you are making on the Viva exam.
Okay.
And also you are also getting to, view a brief summary of whatever work you have done over a duration of 3 months. Right? That's how the project lifecycle works. So at the end of the term, you will be able to see what all commits you have made and what the effects of each of those commits. So this is a brief summary that will be providing you in some kind of interface in the same application that we are using for Vivas.
Okay. So when I commit all that, progressively, from the other end, you will comment on the commits to say, yes, this is in the right direction, or if there are any problems. What exactly is the feedback from the classroom?
No, currently we have not thought of giving any feedbacks. This is just for us to track how well the students are performing, or if the students are developing their projects progressively. So this is a kind of feedback for us that students are really working on their project and they keep working on their project as we move forward. But from the next term onwards, or probably in this term itself, in case we get some good responses, we may start trying to validate the commits that students are making. We may put out some tests on each of the commits that you make. Let's say as soon as you make a commit, we put a test there, and the test automatically runs as soon as the commit is made to check for certain functionality. if that is completed or not. So you also get to see the test results whether this commit that you made, it satisfies a given thing or not.
Okay. So in this term, basically, you are going to make use of it only to see our progress. Like if we are regularly committing, then you will be able to see, okay, so-and-so learner is moving steadily. Okay.
Yes. Yes. And in case, of course, as you said, in case you are making a commit and you get stuck somewhere, so what you can do is you can also write to us and we can specifically navigate to your directory and see the entire commit history and can also provide you some specific feedback in case you are interested in getting.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just forgot the second question. I had something in my mind. Please, I think let me stop there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Vishal?
Oh no, I had the same thing as before. I thought you guys said you'll get back to me regarding me having an error saying it's registration pending, but I can still access the portal.
Debasmit? Debasmit, you are not audible in case you are speaking something. Meanwhile, I'll proceed to the next person, Aditya.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
As we are getting the MAT2 project for grocery store this term, the project statement will change in the next term also. Will it be similar for what we are getting currently, or there will be some changes in the next term?
So
Like next term also there will be grocery store, right?
Is grocery store. For AppDev 2, there are two problem statements for this term. One is ticket show for those who are doing AppDev 2 project alone in this term. And the other option is available to those who are doing both the projects together. That is grocery store for them. So the next term, those who will be doing the AppDev 2 project alone, the problem statement for them is going to be the successive version of the current AppDev 1 problem statement. That is going to be this grocery store.
Yes, sir. So I'm asking, will there be changes in both the versions?
Will there be changes? See, this is something that I am telling you tentatively because I cannot even, tell you so sure that the problem statement is going to remain grocery store for the next time's MAT2 project. I am not even sure about that. We'll have to see. We'll have to discuss it with the faculty. What should be the next problem statement? But after seeing the trends that we have been following since the launch of these courses, this is what the trend is. That the successive problem statement of the current AppDev 1 problem is going to be the AppDev 2 problem statement for the next term. So in case the same problem statement is given to you, the theme is the same, the problem statement most certainly is going to remain the same. But that will only happen in case the theme is going to remain the same. If the theme changes, of course, everything changes.
Okay. Thank you.
So I cannot be so sure to tell you that it is always or it is going to be grocery store even in the next term for AppDev 2.
Okay.
Varun?
Sir, my doubt is that I have taken theory course this sem and then this tri-sem. At the same time, I have also taken the project. So should I have to learn something extra out of the course or it will be covered within the week 6?
You're talking about AppDev 1?
Yes, sir. AppDev 1 project.
Okay. So
I have taken both simultaneously.
Recommendation, I would like to give you the same recommendation that I have given to other learners, whoever has asked this question. Our recommendation is to always do the project in the successive term instead of doing it in the same term as that of theory. But even in case you plan to do both the things together, of course, there is a lot of exploration that you need to do even by yourself by looking at the resources outside.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the next person is Mandala Venkat.
Yeah, sorry, I just remembered the second question, so that's why I raised my hand again. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that the next session on project work will be, I just saw the calendar slot. It is on 12th, I think, on 12th. So is it going to be once in a week? Like today is 6th. So yeah.
Okay, 12th is Monday, right?
12th is
between 4 and 6.
Yeah, right. Exactly. 12th is.
I think for the first 1 week or 2 weeks, we are going to have it once a week. Not sure, but based on the responses that we get in these 2 sessions or in the first session itself, we may increase the frequency to 2.
Okay. Okay.
Hopefully, we will be increasing the frequency to 2 in all probabilities.
Right. Right. And suppose if we are doing some work, I don't know, what would be your advice? Can we share the screen and, ask specific questions on the interfaces, or will it not be, I mean, it is not advisable because others will be around and, so they might even end up watching.
Definitely, this is something that even we are trying to figure out. So that's why we have, planned the support for the project mentors for this time, because they can connect with you on one-on-one calls and get the issues sorted as quickly as possible. But even these instructor-led sessions, in case the frequency of learners is low, there is still a chance for you sharing your screen and discussing the specific problems. I feel so.
Okay. No, I think you are right. Mentor session would be much more advantageous, because then there will be one-to-one
exactly.
Interaction here. Thank you, sir. I think I will not ask any more questions. I have raised my hand almost 4 times. Yeah. Thank you.
I think we are done for the term.
Okay. So Varun. Varun Nivash, are you here? Okay, let's lower his hand. Samit Singh?
Yeah, that GitHub, that what you have just discussed, is the GitHub will be public or private?
The repositories are going to be private, of course. We'll have to make sure that they don't worry, they will be private. Only you and the admins of the classrooms will have the access to them.
Okay. And as you still not, this is launched, right? But you all, this GitHub, it's not launched as on date.
Yeah, correct.
And you already released the problem statement since more than 3 weeks. And since I completed my theory part last term, I already started working on that, and I have progressed quite a bit in this 3 weeks. So maybe when you launch this GitHub thing, there may be 1 or 2 or maybe maximum 3 or 4 commit I can able to do before completion.
It's okay. It's okay. That is completely fine. So now that you get to know about this new initiative that we are having, you can immediately convert your project folder into a Git repository, and you keep committing the changes that you make. So that whenever we introduce that classroom assignment, you simply make a push, and it is automatically going to push all the commits that you have made so far.
Okay. Since I'm still continuously working in my project, so when I can expect this GitHub will launch?
Okay, so today is 6th. Hopefully, we should be able to roll out this GitHub feature in a week or so. Probably 2 weeks.
Okay, so this time I maybe commit less in terms of numbers, because I already.
It's okay. That does not matter how many commits you have made. It's, the idea of introducing this thing is to, encourage the learners to work on their projects progressively. And you have already completed your project, with so much of time remaining. That is, of course, a good thing in itself.
And another thing, I just want to know, I'm trying my best to submit my project in the very first slot, because by that time I think I am able to complete it. So once I done this project, since my level 1 and hopefully level 2 everything get cleared, still I have the access that in the GitHub.
Yes. The GitHub repository will belong to you. Yeah.
And can I start doing build up this MAT2 project on top of this MAT1 if I able to complete it within this first slot?
So are you doing the AppDev2 project also this time?
No, not I am doing, because I haven't registered that MAT2, because I have not done in MAT1. So since I think I am able to complete it by July, this MAT1 project. So if I then can I start doing the Mac2 project from August onwards?
I think you will still have to wait for the next problem statement. I mean, the problem statement for the next term to come out before you start working on anything. See, in probabilities, I can tell you that the problem statement may be the successive version of the current AppDev1 statement, but I cannot be so sure about telling you this. So you will have to wait for the official confirmation.
Okay, thank you.
So means if you just want to start doing development for your practice, of course, you are welcome, go ahead. But if you're expecting that the same project will be accepted as your MAT2 project as well for the next term, so this is something I want you to be beware of, because we cannot officially tell you that the problem statement for the next term for AppDev2 is going to be this. You will have to wait for the official confirmation to come out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So next person is Debasmin.
Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So it is basically continuation. So this GitHub thing, the quicker we do it is better, because it actually will solve two problems. One is, I think in MAD1, the Git concept was introduced. So it's a good way of learning how to collaborate when you're working in a team, number one. Number two, from a
this is not going to be a group assignment.
No, I know. But in real life, we are working professionals, right? We know the relative importance of GitHub. So it's a good thing. Second thing is also from plagiarism standpoint. It's like every commit is like a marginal distribution. If you've been adding and it's like uniform, you know that how people have evolved from a code perspective and all that, and you can see the respective delta. So the quicker you actually introduce it, it's better, because it's kind of like what Samit said, right? Samit, you will find some students like Samit who are already ahead of the game, and then people like us was trying to catch up. But I think if we are trying to introduce Git, it's better that we do it as quickly as possible. So that way we actually, use it during the project. Otherwise, you try it for the next term and we do whatever we did. I think trying to introduce change in the middle of it is actually going to cause disruption. That's just my view.
So as I told you that for this term onwards, or from this term onwards, we are definitely going to introduce it. But for this term alone, I don't know whether we'll be able to, put some strict regulations that all will have to do that, or there is something going to be created based on the commits or the pushes that you make. Definitely based on the responses that we get from this time, we'll of course, analyze all the commits, all the changes that, we'll be registering or we'll be capturing over a certain time period. And we'll take a call in the next term, deciding on how can we make use of that and how can we, take some part of it in a graded criteria so that we can encourage more learners to, work on a progressive development of the application.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next person is Vishal Ashok.
Sir, not a question, but Bharti ma'am had given her email ID. I switched my device so the chat got cleared. So I just want someone to type in the email ID again.
Can anyone please paste the email ID that was pasted? There are so many messages in the chat. I don't know what message it was. I did not look at the chat before.
I know, I just switched the device so the chat got cleared actually.
Can anyone please paste the message that was sent by Bharti ma'am probably sometime back? There are so many messages, so I may not be able to get to that message too early.
Thank you. You can go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess someone has pasted it. Thank you. Okay, so the last person we have here is Lavanya.
Yes, sir. Where are these problem statements available? I am not able to access them.
Problem statements were sent to you via an email with the guidelines document, and those guidelines document have the links to these problem statements.
Okay, thank you.
And in case you are able to access the application, you can even get access to the problem statements via the student dashboard.
Okay, thank you. No, student dashboard is not working. It says access forbidden.
Yeah,
It
this
is,
should be updated by
redirecting me to Viva booking, Viva workflow. And when I'm choosing my email ID, it says forbidden.
It's okay. That should be updated shortly. So anyways, you can refer to the guidelines document. You have the problem statements links embedded in that
Okay.
document.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So do we have any other question?
Sir, I have one more extra query, not related to this actually. In group discourse, you have posted some Python and Django YouTube links. So what was that about? I was not sure when that was taken. And
So there was a Django workshop that we did in the past month. There were 3 sessions that we did, on Django, and we built a small project with the help of Django framework. So those are related to those workshops that we have conducted in the past.
okay, so it's not related to this course, no?
Not related to this course, but that means all learners were sent out the emails if they wanted to register for those workshops or something. I mean,
Okay,
those who
I
would
think
have
I missed
registered,
that,
they would
sir.
have gotten the invites.
I think I missed that. And
okay.
on the email part, you just told that project statement was emailed also. I
Which
think
project statement?
this project statement, sir, MAD1 project.
Yes. There was an email that would have sent to you with the guidelines document for the term, and those guidelines documents for each of the courses have the problem statements for the term.
Again, I have doubts, sir, that I got that email. I accessed the project statement only from the dashboard yesterday only. I don't know when email was sent.
Okay, so maybe you should keep an eye on your inbox as well.
I will check again, sir, but I regularly check email, but I did not get it, I think. I'll write back in case I didn't get it.
All right, sure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This problem statement, I think I read through that almost more than 3 weeks ago. It was sent out to us. It says that it will be regularly updated. So I hope it is not being updated anymore, right? I just saw the latest one a couple of days ago. I again downloaded it. I didn't see any difference at all. So
Yeah, correct. They are not being updated.
Okay.
We would have mentioned a date that post that date we'll be communicating all the changes via proper announcements, and I guess that date has been passed way back.
Yeah, that date has already passed. Yes.
Yes. So if there are any changes to the problem statement, we'll communicate it via proper announcements, as we have already mentioned.
Okay.
There is
Excuse me,
one
sir.
raised hand. Aman. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So actually, I've registered for both AppDev 1 and 2 projects this time, but both of my project titles are different, like topics are different. One is the grocery store and other one is ticket show version 2. So can it be the case or it has to be updated?
See, if you are doing both the projects together, we have added a note in the guidelines document saying that you can work on the same problem theme in case you are doing both the projects together. So the AppDev 1 problem statement is going to remain the same. It is going to be grocery store. But if you are doing the AppDev 2 project also in the same term, you can choose to work on the grocery store problem statement even for the AppDev 2 project. And the problem statement for grocery store should be released in a week or so.
So it will be reflected in a week on the AppDev 2?
Yes, it will be.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Currently, there is just one problem statement for AppDev 2, that is ticket show. Shortly, we will be adding that.
So it will be updated later, right?
Should be, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Fine. Are there any other questions?
Samigha here.
Yeah.
Sorry to be redundant. I just wanted to confirm that even if we have taken both projects this semester, we can choose to work on different project statement for MAD1 and MAD2, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Hardik.
Sir, are these problem statement fixed? Like we have to prepare project for that particular problem statement only, like grocery store for Mad 1, or we can choose like any other one?
No, these are the fixed problem statements, and you must work on these problem statements only. You cannot work on any other problem statement or any the problem statements or the problem themes are not open. You will have to specifically work on the implementation based on the themes we have provided to you for a specific thing.
So, sir, as you mentioned maybe earlier, all this, will have to work on this problem statement only. So, all will have some similar kind of project. There will be some similarity, right?
Certainly, there are going to be similarities. Yes.
But the evaluation is going to be placed for the particular type of implementation what a particular student had done on its
Are you asking this question with respect to the plagiarism check or something else?
No. Like for a generalized evaluation, like how the evaluation process is going to take place.
It is going to be based on the theme. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I guess there are no more questions.
Sir, about this presentation, sir, could you share this presentation?
This presentation, okay, I'll put it on Discord.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, can I just email you my query and you can get it checked and get back to me later?
Query regarding?
Regarding whether I'm actually enrolled in the course, because in the page it says registration pending.
Yeah, please send me an email.
Yeah, I'll email. Thank you.
All right, so let me stop sharing my screen.
Thank you.
All right, okay. So I hope we don't have any more questions from anyone here in the session. I expect that all of your doubts have been addressed with respect to whatever we have discussed today. So we have introduced a new submission portal from this term onwards, and hopefully all of you would be able to get the access to it very soon. That GitHub assignment is again going to be a new initiative from our end, and hopefully we'll be rolling it out very soon. And we'll also be releasing a short tutorial video for all of you to understand how to set up repositories and the GitHub webhooks so that we can record all of your commits and all. And we should be able to show you a brief summary on the same application regarding what all things you have done over a certain time period. Okay, so that's it from our end for this orientation session for the AppDev 1 and 2 project sessions. Hope you would have got all of your queries addressed in the session. We wish you all the best for your projects, and please let us know in case you face any issues. We are going to have regular instructor-led sessions going forward in this course specifically meant for project. They are going to be different from the sessions that we are going to post for theory-based courses, and for project we are going to have separate instructor-led sessions. So hopefully you all will be able to take advantage of those. Additionally, we are going to float a form in order to get your preferences, whether you need project mentors for this term or not, and accordingly we'll be allocating you the mentors very soon. So once again, thank you all for joining with us in this orientation session, and we wish you all the best for your project submissions. Have a good night and bye-bye.
Thank you so much. It has been really very informative. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.